Good morning. This is Dr. Eve Angel Savage over at Audacity Group Social Enterprise, where I thrive with that sapphire and amber pride. This is your social enterprise strategist, your angel investment coach, and I teach individuals to identify, initiate, and implement strategies of distinction for investment readiness in business. A business that is investment ready is a business that's polished. Thank you and good morning to my live viewers. Hey, Single Out Loud, good to see you this morning. Welcome, red, yellow, green. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the beautiful hearts, and thank you for sharing with your followers. Everyone, it's my jump day. It's a party over here. Hey, good morning. Is Deidre here? Yes, I see her. Good morning, red, yellow, and green. Thank you so much, everyone. This is my official jump day. Yes, I speak live. Good to see you. I'm so excited. In approximately 5 hours, I am going to join the land of the free and the brave. Yes, and I'm super geeked because there's so much that God has for us, and I am a true, firm believer that we don't realize our total greatness unless sometimes that we take a jump. Now, many of us are service professionals, and we master a certain career and we have to be there. That's what we do in love. But for the entrepreneur, that's a different ball game. It's so important to understand where your gifts are. My gifts is not in the job. Never in the job. Now, I gained some extremely valuable skills. I don't downplay it. 30 years in the workforce, and I've gained some intellectual property that now allows me to own my stage. That is exciting. That's super exciting for me today. And last night, guys, I dropped my second book, Clients Everywhere, Will Your Name Be Mentioned? Very, very important. Yes, good morning. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. And we're going to be having an online launch. The book, it is Clients Everywhere, Will Your Name Be Mentioned? It's talking about 6 behavioral practices that are critical to the success of every entrepreneur who's looking for their next clients. When you're practicing these things, your name is always going to be mentioned. I guarantee you that when you practice, yes, that's it. And if you go to the little Perry man down there and make sure you're following me, I'm going to be talking a lot about this book in the coming days. And we're starting our launch party, which is going to be Sunday. And I also have a Blab set up. It's going to be a book club discussion on Blab on the 25th. I am going to be practicing some very fundamental principles, not just about the book, but about being your best PR, which is the next book that's coming out. So I want you guys, whoever is interested, to pay very close attention, because I'm going to be showing you how to be your best PR. So just wanted to share with you guys today what it's like. My husband woke up this morning. He said, "Well, babe, it's your last day." I said, "Yes, babe, it's my last day," and I'm super excited. And work has begun. Now the real work begins. But I'm on Team Water Walkers. So what does that mean? I am a team water walker. And I had to change my entire MO, my entire thinking, because it's very, very important that you be sure about your direction. And God will cause you to pivot in a minute. And the beginning of my best days, you got it, sis. And listen, God will cause you to pivot in a minute. So my pivoting began on earlier part of this week. And I'm super excited about my direction, excited about everything. And when it all unfolds, my God, He is really, really up to something, and I am team water walker. I'm going all the way. He will cause you. That's right. He will cause you. That's right. He will cause you. Let me say that again. He will cause you. Yes. He will cause you to pivot in a minute. And I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for always having a plan B, a plan C, and always being adaptable to the call on my life. I am often reminded of Peter. When we go and we try to fish and we fish and we fish, and there is no fish in the net. But God said, he said, cast it one more time. Just cast it one more time. And I always like to rely on the biblical principles because they are important. They are my very foundation. So I relied on casting one more time. And so I'm thankful. I'm thankful because I don't know what's to come, but what I do know is it's mighty good, because everything God does is good and very good. So I'm excited about that. One more time, like Sounds of the Blackness, I'm going all the way. Yes, and it's so good to me because He's got so much lined up, and I just want to share it with the world. You know, we can practice, but we got to show and demonstrate others, and we got to show them the process, because we can tell them about things all day long, but to the new entrepreneur, that's difficult. They want to know, well, what was your steps? How did you do it? You know, so I try to walk out the steps so that the entrepreneurs that come behind me will know how it was done. So pay very careful attention, because I'm going to be unfolding. Hey, Bria, girl, it's Jump Day! And I am super excited. I am going to actually be launching some balloons later on today. Yes, I'm going to be launching some balloons later on today in the field, just because, you know, I just want to release my freedom, you know, release myself from, you know, these 30 years of working and to my greatness, you know. And so I'm going to, yes, and I truly do believe God. I tell you, I can't tell you, y'all didn't hear my testimony on last Monday. On last week, I went through some, you know, some little difficulty in my spirit with some things that were going on, but that's okay, because God, he gives me a bounce back. He gives me a straight bounce back, and I did that, and I did it well. And then on Monday, let me tell you about this challenge. Yeah, call it Traffic. Yeah, that's the name of my next book, Traffic Jam. I gotta tell you about my journey from prematurity to PhD. It's there's a whole lot of in between. That's the name of my next book, Traffic Jam. So so I want to tell you about this blessing that I had. Very, very important. You know, the day that I put in my resignation, the next day the engine blew, locked up on my journey, my truck. Only 56,000 miles on my truck now. 56,000 on my limited edition journey. So I'm saying to myself, I could let this bewilder me. Sure. I could let this set me back. I could let this have me to believe I need to stay on this job. I could have a thought, or I could just have a different thought, right? So I decided that I was going to have a different thought. And I wasn't going to think about it at all, because God had my back. Whatever that is, that was the enemy trying to deter me from jumping, right? So I decided to be a water walker, right? A water walker, a believer. So, hey, good morning to you, Cassidy. Thank you for joining. If you're not following, make sure you hit the little Perry man. I'm going to be sharing some greatness coming up. So, anyway, back to this miracle. Not well, miracle, but this greatness that God has. This just believing in Him. So my truck, engine locked. Like I said, I could have had a bad thought. I could have allowed it to set me back a few, right? What I have learned is that when you make a decision about something, and things will happen. I don't give the enemy no credit, but things will happen. Just test you. Test whether you are truly a believer of what you say. Do you believe in what you're saying? Do you believe in what you're about to do, right? Yeah, it happens every single time. So I decided that I wasn't going to worry about it. And so, I'm the busy mom that I am, the busy person that I am. My husband had another truck. He handed over the keys. I didn't know how I was going to get paid. They started asking for receipts. They started asking for oil changes. They started asking for everything. So that meant that, okay, we get ready to go through a review. And thank God I bought an extended warranty on my truck. So I wasn't sure if they were going to pay for it, but I wasn't going to worry about whether it was going to be paid. So anyway, they decided at week 1, week 2, week 3, they decided they were going to buy me a new engine. To God be the glory. They bought the new engine, but this is not the rest of the test, God. Let me tell you, this is not the rest. So they bought a new engine for the truck, right? They said they were going to keep it for a week. Okay, they kept it for a week. I get there to pick up my truck. They said, the lady looked down at the cost of the truck, cost of the vehicle to be prepared, and she didn't even want to tell me. She said it was the worst case scenario she had ever seen. $6,162 and some change, right? This is how much this was going to cost, okay? Well, while it was in bay, they also noticed that I needed a starter. While it was in bay, there was the cost of the towing, $100. There was the cost of the starter, which I don't know how much that was. There was all these costs that were just adding up, right? Well, let me tell you, God, I walked away paying $100 on a $6,162 tab. And don't you tell me that God, don't you tell me that God won't do it. The moral of the story is this: trust the processes. Trust the process, because He will deliver every single time. And that is my testimony. I walked away with paying a $100 deductible, no towing. They paid for the starter. They paid for a brand new engine. Can you say, turn back the odometer to 0? Can you say, turn back the odometer to 0, please? Can you say, turn back the odometer to 0, right? Not only that, guys, listen to this now. I just said He said, turn back the odometer to 0. You know what that came with, right? You know what that came with? That came with a brand new warranty. 3 years, 36,000 miles. Can you tell me that God isn't what He said? God is the I am, and He is the I am. So I'm just sharing with you guys that I could have allowed that to stump my growth. I could allow so many things to get in the way of my thinking. I could have allowed things that occurred to me last week to get in the way. But what God has always done for me, what He has always done for me, is direct and order my steps. He has always done that. So I don't have a problem pivoting. I will pivot today, and if He says I need to pivot tomorrow, I'm going to pivot tomorrow. Because there's always a bounce back. There's always a bounce back. It don't take me long either. It don't take me long. I just got to sit back, regroup, and realize the plethora of gifts. The plethora of gifts that God gives us to be who we are. Is that proudful and bold? That is God's, that is a testimony. That's a testimony and a thankfulness and gratefulness to God for all that He's given to me. So I am truly so thankful. Wanted to share that testimony with you guys today. For anyone out there who is walking the fence, anybody out there who is borderline, anybody out there who's feeling doubtful, anybody out there who needs direction, anybody out there who feels like They can't. That's not a word that you should use. That's a defeated foe. And so I have learned to trust the process in everything, because I truly believe that a lot of times while we go through the things that we go through is because we allow ourselves to just not have a different thought. It's a test, and we're going to keep hitting. We're going to keep hitting, coming full circle until we pass. Until we pass. And I passed the test this week, and God blessed me beyond measure. When I tell you I passed, He be looking forward to me to pass them tests. I know that's what He's doing. Every time He brings us to a situation, He is able to bring us through the situation. No matter what it looks like, He's able to bring us through that situation. So I had to learn after all these years to have a different thought, to give it to Him, that grace abounds in Him, and that I don't have to do anything with it because He got my back. He has my back. I have learned to turn my face to the wall whenever I encounter anything that's going to deter me. When I step out on faith, whenever you step out on faith on something, you can trust and believe the attacks will begin. But it's how you deal with those attacks. And so to God be the glory today. I am getting ready to go get in that bad truck out there and ride it on its zero odometer. And it's three years and 36,000 miles because I believed. Because I just believed. Because I believe. Will you believe today? Will you believe that He is who He says He is? And no, I'm not preaching to you today, but that's just something that should follow every testimony. Do you believe that He is everything He says He is? Trust Him. Trust Him in your processes. I'm jumping today. I have no idea where I'm going to land. But I do know it's going to be in the land of greatness. It's going to be in the land of greatness. He has more than prepared me. More than prepared me. And now the real work begins. Because you have to be, when you step out like this, you have to be prepared to be a great leader. And that I know. That I know God has prepared me for. So I'm thankful for all of you who shared with me this morning. Share with me. Thank you. And if you have any questions about, jumping, if you have any questions about entrepreneurship, I have a lot of resources. I have, my Strive to Thrive tribe. Come over there and join us. I'm always dropping some good videos in there and dropping some good lessons, and some good skills about how to build this and how to build that and how to build it. I mean, literally going through the step by step. So if you're looking for a place to land where you can get some valuable information, you don't have to purchase. Strive to Thrive over there with Team Waterwalkers. And that's my Facebook page. That's my Facebook group, and it's called Strive to Thrive. Strive to Thrive. And that's my group where, I am nurturing those individuals who are growing in business, and those who, whether they want investment or not, they're looking for, the investment ready concept, because those are the people who go before the sharks. Those are the people who go before, the lenders. They're the people who are going before. I know you guys know about Shark Tank. Well, I'm a Sharky. I'm an angel investor. So, like I said, I want to teach you the principles of that. And I want to be giving away, a new skill set every week, that I want you guys to hone in on. It doesn't matter whether you're an author, a solopreneur, whether you are building a social enterprise. I'm a social enterprise strategist, so we do family business. We strategize to develop big business. Hello, I'm Vastage Monique. Good morning. Welcome to my scope. I am just talking about my jump party and all the excitement that I'm having about, my belief system and trusting God in the process of wherever I'm landing, it's going to be great. Because he does all things perfect. He does all things well. And so I'm truly excited, and I'm inviting all of you to join me over at Strive to Thrive. That's my tribe, the Thrive Tribers, to Strive Thrivers. Strive, that's a tongue tire. The Strive Thrivers, that's my tribe. So on Facebook, where I nurture those individuals. And if you want to visit my page, I have just launched my second book, and it's called Clients Everywhere, Will Your Name Be Mentioned? Will your name be mentioned? Very, very important. It's a very, very important question to ask yourself, because you can be everywhere doing everything, but if you're not practicing certain behaviors, then your name may not be mentioned, or it may be mentioned in the wrong context. So, but if you're practicing these particular skill sets, these particular behaviors, your name's sure to be mentioned, because it just will. So anyway, the Party Online launch is going to begin on Sunday. It'll last for 2 weeks, but you can purchase your book today. I ship daily. It is an ebook. So I ship once a day. If you want to purchase that book, you can go to my website, and it's located right up there in that little bio box. It's bit.ly/hello, I am an angel. Hi, Pamela Hashan. Thank you for joining. We are talking about my jump. I'm so excited. Anyway, my new book, Clients Everywhere, Will Your Name Be Mentioned? And you can also visit bit.ly/ yes. You could also, thank you, Bria. You could see, this is how your name gets mentioned. This is how your name gets mentioned. When you are supporting your other members, when you get on Periscope and you decide that you're going to help moderate the conversation that's going on, because the person who's speaking can't moderate. So this is how your name gets mentioned. Did you see that? Bria put up the link, and what did I do? I said, thank you, Bria. So there are certain behavioral practices that must be practiced. And so that was the perfect example, wasn't it, Bria? So anyway, in the book, I talk about these principles. But I don't just talk about them, but I give you lessons. I give you the lessons I learned, and I also give you activities, because I think it's important for you to understand how I learned how to do this and how you can do this too. So in the book, I list all of the activities so that you can begin to practice these skills, practice these behaviors every single day in everything that you do. If you are an entrepreneur, these are behaviors that you should be practicing. Concepts you should be doing every day, like a no-brainer, right? So anyway, the book, it can be purchased now. It can be purchased now. It is an ebook. It is $6.97. I made it affordable. It's a lot of context, a lot of information, a lot of things I teach in my course. So I'm excited, everybody, and I'm not going to stay before you long. I'm going to go put up a special little box so you can get to that book very easily from the homepage. And also, if you want to put up the link where you can link directly, it's going to be bit.ly/clients everywhere. bit.ly/clients everywhere. We're also going to be having a book club discussion. Pay attention, because I'm practicing my best PR while I'm at it. So pay attention, folks. Pay attention. For all of you who want to know how to practice your best PR, yes, I just dropped this book, And so because I dropped this book, I am going to be practicing my best PR, some skills that are in my next book that's coming up, my best PR, which is on delay right now for all of you who signed up for that free ebook. You know, it's in delay, but it's coming. It's coming. It's coming your way. But in the meantime, just pay attention, because I'm going to be practicing how to be your best PR. Follow the link, get your copy, get to reading, because we're going to be all week when we do the launch. We're literally going to be talking about this within the group. We're going to be talking about this on the launch party page. If you're following me at Strive to Thrive, then you can get all the links. It's on all of my social media links right now. Facebook, it's in my groups, it's in my, I've made an event page. It's on my link on my Facebook. It's on my LinkedIn. It's in my Twitter. It's let's see where else. We're talking about it on Periscope. So when I tell you I practice my best PR, yeah, I do that. So pay attention to what I'm doing, because I'm practicing. And write it down. Write it down, folks. Take notes. Because I've done this before. Yes, I've done it before, over and over again. Thank you, Bria. Bria is practicing. Bria is practicing the behaviors that should be the expectation. So this is Dr. Eve Angel Savage. I'm going to get ready to go pull these 4 hours. This is Dr. Eve Angel Savage over at Audacity Group Social Enterprise, where I thrive with that sapphire and amber pride. I teach individuals to identify, initiate, and implement strategies of distinction for investment readiness in business. Yes, and I'm super geeked. Thank you. Super geeked about my new life that's coming. And follow me, because I'm going to be doing some chronicles. You know, yeah, I do a lot. I can't help it. There's that traffic jam. That traffic jam. But I'm going to be chronicling the experience for the first 30 days, because I'm sure there are going to be things, and there are going to be things that other people want to know. How did it unfold? What did you have to do? What was it like? You know, how much revenue? You know, how prepared did you need to be? What things did you learn? What weren't you prepared for? There are going to be so many questions, and I'm just going to trust the process. I'm going to trust the process, because I know that God has more than prepared me for this time in my life. And I thank you all for being a part of that. And you are important to me. So if you are here today, thank you for taking the time to stop by, and thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for being a part of this monumental time and this milestone in my life. This is Dr. Eve Angel Savage, and I bid you good day. Thank you so much, Bria, for moderating today. You are truly a blessing. Thank you.